So recently on my UK channel, which is Waffle, I posted a video about something quite important. In fact, I posted a couple of videos about it. The British government want to change the law so that platforms like YouTube have to give preferential treatment to services like the BBC, ITV and Channel 4. Now what this means is that basically the way that YouTube works at the moment, which is if you watch content and you engage with content, it shows you more of that sort of content, which by the way, it's just a great system that we've all come to know and love. Well, that's going to be completely ripped up to shreds. What the British government want to do, and it's probably the most controversial law I think I've ever seen be proposed, is that they want to change the very fabric of how people engage with mainstream media. And to do that, they want to sacrifice the very thing that we've decided not to do. We've decided that we don't want to watch the BBC, so we go to YouTube to find our news. The BBC realised that people weren't paying their TV licence in the UK, which by the way, yes, if you're American, in the UK you have to pay a license to watch the BBC. Well, the British government have realised that they're losing loads of money, so they want to do two things. The first thing is make sure that platforms like YouTube and TikTok make BBC content preferential, so if you search for a topic, the BBC's coverage will come up first rather than independent news sources. But the second thing they want to do is introduce TV licenses for YouTube. So essentially, if there's any chance or case at all where you might possibly perhaps come into contact with BBC News, they want you to pay a TV license for YouTube, which is worrying. But this is where I want to talk about the US, because the fact is that YouTube and Google are trying to fight this, but there's only so much they can do. And the reality is that I think the US will follow with this if the UK passes the law, and the UK will pass the law. America is going to be eyeing up what the UK is doing with a very, 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 very keen eye. They're going to be looking at it thinking, oh, we want a bit of that. Now, the first thing I want to say, and this is pretty important, is that with this coming into effect in the UK, and to be honest, very likely to come into effect in the US, you're going to want to get yourself a VPN, because what it would do is when you're using a VPN and you're using YouTube, it will tell YouTube that you're not visiting from either the UK or US, and therefore it won't put BBC preferential content at the start of your feed. It's a very, very simple and affordable workaround, and with the link down below, you can check out private internet access where you get 2 months for free and 87% off. It only works out just over $1 a month, and it's honestly a really good way just to stay protected overall, but obviously it has its benefits for this as well. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this over to the American channel is because of everything that's happened when it comes to age verification, the Online Safety Act, and all these other laws and regulations that either started in the UK or Australia, for example, and now have spread to the US. The US is currently passing bills left, right and centre that require age verification. In fact, we have another video coming out, or you might have already seen it, I don't know, which is about the App Store age verification in Texas, which has just been allowed to happen with pretty much no resistance from anyone in senior government. It's quite alarming, and you should be very, very careful about how you proceed with using YouTube in the US and the UK, because it's only a matter of time, and I don't think it's a big amount of time until one, this is rolled out in the UK, and secondly, America follows suit. If this does come into effect in the UK, which is looking 90-95% likely at this point, I reckon it will be 60 days before the US has it as well. And this changes the very fundamental way that we engage with the internet and the reason why we go to alternative media to begin with. The BBC is just, well, known for harbouring nonsense and misinformation. So yeah, this is worrying. It is worrying. Anyway, check out private internet access, that link down below, and also subscribe to this channel, because this is the American channel. It's a new channel that we've launched, so if you do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you all in the next one.